Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Life with Lenoci, week 5, I believe, right? This is the 5th week in a row. We're 5-0. By the way, we're not 5-0.
No, we took a L having to redo an episode.
Fine. We're 4-1. Let's keep track of the record. If we redo an episode, that counts as an L, and that's the only way you get an L. So we're 4-1, and that's fine. That's a good record. It's a good record to start the fucking thing. Damn, I said the F word already. How was your week? What did you do?
Well, I played softball for the first time in 5 years, and I rolled my ankle.
Yeah, that makes sense. Your upper body is too much for your ankles.
Do you want to feel really good about yourself?
I do right now.
I went 0 for 4.
Oh, you played softball?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it takes a little time to get. You know what it is? It's so slow. You try to kill it, and did you strike out though?
I struck out 3 times, and then foul tip catch.
Oh, you're bad. You're bad at softball.
No, I'm not bad.
No. Listen, bro, you can't, dude. I've struck out once in 4 seasons.
I also but
Sure.
I'll say this. No, the first time I went up, it was a tip, and then I swung and missed, and they were like strikeout, and I was like, wait.
You start 1-1.
Yeah, I had no clue. I was waiting for 3. Waiting for 3 pitches.
You start 1-1. Yeah,
I would have helped.
That's a big softball rule. You start 1-1. I don't know if that's only in Cali or what. What night is this you played?
Last night.
Cool. And who's the league? Are you just subbing in, or are you going to be doing this every Tuesday?
It was the Heisman team.
Are you going to be doing it every Tuesday?
Maybe.
Probably not after last night. They're probably like, hey, maybe let me get on the Heisman team, dude.
Well, I was definitely fielding in the outfield last night.
I'm good at outfield.
I fucked up my ankle.
Oh, so are you not good at outfield either?
Oh no, I'm great. So here's what happened is
let's not keep it too long because
I lost my cleats, so I had to play in these shoes, which have no Yeah, and it was basically a dirt patch outfield. So I was just ankle rolling all over.
Yeah, and you're not being good.
Oh, I'm much faster and more athletic than you.
No, I'll never go 0 for 4.
That's fair.
I'm one of the fastest on the team. I run fast for what I do. Listen, it's been a good week, I think. I don't know. I mean, how are you feeling mentally? Are you feeling okay? So what happened this week? How are you and your girl?
We're good. Mentally, I got told I have to go down out of town for the next 3 days, so I had to cancel all my bookings here.
You have to go where?
Down to San Diego.
For a train job?
Yep.
And you don't like those?
It pays the bills, but I hate it.
And isn't that interesting, guys? We do a lot of things in life that we don't want to do, but it's necessary to survive. So that happens sometimes, and this is a perfect example of it. Now, I'm trying to think if there's something I don't want to do that I do. Not quite at the moment. I mean, that's really all I got this week. I mean, other than that, I mean, I feel like it's a pretty good episode so far. So, I mean, I will say this. If I had to have some rules in life, maybe someone could go through all the episodes one day, and then there's like rules, right? They're like, oh, Michael's rules of life. One day there will be 100 of them, right? Maybe. I don't know. Hypothetically, here's a rule I thought of. If basically compliments are not real. Someone always wants something from you with a compliment. And that's how it is. And that's just life. That's how life it is. Listen, man, if someone gives you a compliment, there's no way that's just it. And let me tell you why. Just kidding.
Oh, you're doing it for the gram. Ugh. You can't even do that right.
No. I'm going to do it in post. I'm going to edit it and make it have one of the swirly things so people keep trying to reload it. And then they're going to be like, what the fuck is going on? And they're going to think that their phone is fucked up. But there's no. I don't have nothing to say about the compliments thing. I just want to say something. I think each week I want to do a contra. Here's what I want to do.
Do you think Maddie would be upset that he didn't think of that first?
Maybe a lot of people. My whole thing is, listen, I had an epiphany about the podcast, and my whole thing is this is going to be the podcast is a bit. It's not a real podcast. It's just we're pretending to be a podcast. And if you're a fan of it and you listen to it loyally, is that a word? Could we say that's a word?
Yeah.
Loyally.
You're loyal to the pod.
You're loyal to the pod. Then you're in on the joke too. But we're going to fuck. I think it's fun if I just start fucking with people on Instagram and just posting these clips. And then people are like, man, I got to get to and maybe it brings them traction to the actual episode. And they're like, oh, this is nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Might work.
Whatever. Did you get high today?
No.
When's the last time you got high? Are you excited about life? Let's be honest. Are you depressed?
No, my pride hurt real bad from yesterday.
Really?
No. I'm fine.
How about this? I'll tell you this. This is real. When I first, I just finished the 3rd season of softball. It's been about a year, right? Because there's like they do like 3 or 4 seasons in a year. It's like quarterly. The first season was pretty mediocre, right? And then second season, I balled. I was good, and that was like I was really good. And it was Maddie's first season, I believe, with them, and I was really good. I was having a good year. I was hitting all the time. I was hitting home runs. Fielding was pretty consistent. This year, I shit the bed offensively. Defensively, I've leveled up defensively. Offensively, I shit the bed. I mean, I was my worst offensive year, and I think it's because I took so many games off because I was busy. So I think your body, you don't get used to seeing the ball. I mean, you have to be so patient because you try to kill it and you pop it up. But the point being, I remember definitely being in moments where like everybody's disappointed in me, and that doesn't go away. That doesn't go away, I think, for the rest of your life. I think that you have that in all aspects, probably. Maybe not so much us, but if you're like a father or something and your son's like upset at you or something, I wonder if that's the same feeling as when you drop the fly ball and everybody's like, oh man, if you caught that, we would have got out of that inning. And then they just went on a 5-run, 2-out rally.
I didn't have to worry about the team. The team is
really bad.
There's 3 MLB players on it.
Oh, they're really good.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys won.
Oh, yeah.
Is Ricky on it?
Yeah.
Is he good?
Ricky was a pro ball player and then was like, oh, I guess I should focus on football.
How do I play for the team? How do I play for the team?
You get through me first.
Well, I mean, let's do it, dude. I just can't play as long as it's not Thursday nights. It's Tuesday nights?
It's Monday nights.
What did you hit me up to do? Dodgeball?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
No. I think you should bring your video guy.
I will one episode for sure. One episode we'll do it. They're cool with it. Like, yeah, they wouldn't care.
No, they wouldn't care.
Oh yeah, that will be a fun episode. Are you starting to do that regularly?
Yeah, I'm doing every Friday night.
Friday night's tough.
The problem is that it's only Friday nights. The one in Burbank, it hasn't opened up really in the other leagues.
Friday night is what time is it? Friday night?
8. It's between 7 and 9:30.
It's just prime time. Yeah, that's hard. But I mean, there's good. There will be one where like I'm sitting there and we don't have a vlog plugged in for Monday, and I'm like, last minute, that would be a great idea, actually. Yeah. Whatever. That's crazy, man. That is just a crazy day. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, man. We appreciate everyone that subscribes and likes the videos, and I don't know, keep up the good work. Mark's he's not really feeling it. You don't have the vibe.
I mean, it's been a long day.
It's a long day. It's a short episode, but that's what it is, man. We'll just have to see you guys next week, I guess. It's not always going to be peas and carrots. I feel like you don't want to do the episode.
No, I'm wondering, like, what is that saying you just gave me?
I don't know.
It's like peas and carrots.
Do you want to do this today?
No, I'm fine. I just want to say, like, what do you think peas and carrots means?
It's whatever you want it to mean.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like
stock vegetables?
No. It's whatever you want it to mean.
Okay.
I think we should stop. Hey. All right. That was a bad joke. I didn't want to end like that. I wonder if you're listening to it did somebody think they had a problem on their phone? They're like, "Hey, it stopped working." I mean, they only had to skip 30 seconds.
Well, they probably looked at the bar and was like, "Okay, I finished the episode, but there's another 2 minutes."
This is for the loyals. Hey, loyals, thanks for staying in. I got a question. So on NBA 2K, creating a player. I used to always create myself, right? When I was younger, I'd create myself because that's like, I'm living the dream. Now I'll create a coach, but like then there's a part of 2K where you can create a player, and I create like a young 18-year-old. And what's the rules on ethnicity? Am I allowed to be a different ethnicity in NBA 2K? Like, or is that, hey, you can't do that, or you don't know?
That's a weird one.
Like, am I allowed? That's not blackface? Can I be a black guy in NBA 2K?
Well, let me ask you this: can that character be used online?
Yeah.
So if you played with a bunch of friends,
you could play in the park and stuff. Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, this player scoring like 30 triple double," and they looked at the player's name and they saw Michael Lenoci, and they were like, "Bruh."
I changed his name.
Oh, okay.
His name is Leakum.
Oh, okay.
It's Michael backwards.
Sure.
Leakum L, and he's a small forward, and he's 6'7", and he's got a jump shot, and that's the guy I wanted to make. And then I was like, wait, what are the like? Are you allowed to, like? Do I have to be a white guy? Like, I don't obviously, like, can I just be? Can I make a guy? Can I make a guy, and this is the guy who's going to go on to win a championship?
I don't see why not.
You know what's funny about the video game though? Here's what's fucked up. I can't make a woman. If I do make a woman, she has to play in the WNBA. And that's realistic. I get it. But like, we're in a video game world. Why not let me make a woman that gets to play in the NBA?
Break barriers.
Yeah. Like, why can't the video game, or let me it's a video game. So let me be a 6'7" small forward and play in the WNBA. Like, it's a video game. Let me do that. Let's break that. It doesn't have to be so realistic. Like NBA 2K, this is for you guys. Let me be a man in the WNBA. Let me take my character, my created character, and dominate the WNBA like just crazy. Like, that's fun. Or let me create a woman character and have her in the NBA and just dominate. Like, she's like really good. Like, let's have that. But then also, like, maybe there's a storyline and she falls in love with her teammate. There's always got to be a love. Love has got to be a part of everything. That's just how it works. That's with movies, TV shows. That's all there is in life. So,
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
So you're a baseball guy, right?
It's third now for me.
Okay. So thinking about this the other day, because you have specialized pitchers, like the rare ones, where you have like the knuckleballer, or like someone who does like 1%. The eephus pitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
How come no one's taken up bringing in like an all-star fast pitch softball player for like very specific situation?
Like, what do you like?
Because that ball travels upwards, high and tight. Like those college. Have you seen the videos of like MLB player tries to hit softball pitcher?
Yeah.
How come no one's brought in a female to come in. Like I feel like
There's no female that could throw 100 miles per hour.
you don't need to throw 100. It needs to be. It's a specialized pitch. It's going in the opposite direction of their bat
But
travel.
they're throwing softballs. This is baseball. There's different ways of handling. You can't.
I feel like there's
otherwise
a way.
guy, if a girl can do it, then the guy can.
Then
do it.
why not have a guy do it?
Because the only craziest weird thing is a knuckleball, and those go 65 miles per hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But still, there's nothing harder to hit than a fastball if it's going over 100.
No, understood.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the direction. It's the antithesis of
Sure,
that
but
fastball is going downwards.
They're throwing a different ball, so it moves
Yeah.
differently. So I mean, it's overall. Let's just agree it was a dumb question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like women could cross over in a sport in real life?
Yes. Not basketball, obviously. Not baseball. The only way is it would be football and you would be a field goal kicker. That's the only possible way I could see it.
I mean, you
happening.
could have a female like goaltender in hockey.
Interesting. I mean, I don't know because I have to know. I don't know much about hockey to know are goaltenders like 6'6"? Like are they big guys though?
No,
they
they're
cover more
usually
ground.
like super slender. They're just crowded with pads.
Yes, which helps. But I mean, but also if you like have a bigger wingspan, I mean, I know the goal's small. Yeah, maybe you could argue a goaltender. Definitely not on the ice with the guys, but you maybe
Why not?
goaltender because you can't. I mean, it's a physical. You'll get crushed. I mean, that's
Yeah, but,
as physical as
but
football.
it's one of the most protected players in sports. You
What do you
don't
mean?
fuck with the goalie.
I'm talking about you couldn't be on the ice like as a hockey player, like non.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
No, a goalie you could argue that. I don't want to argue it because I don't know enough. I got to look up like the stats of goalies and like are they big people or does it not matter with height? I know hockey players are all tall, they're all big. Baseball is like a height thing where if you're 5'10", you can make it in baseball. It's pretty much out the window for basketball and hockey from what I know. Football, there's plenty of 5'10", 5'11" guys.
No.
They're just fucking fast. So they could be a kicker. And then like some people might quickly go to golf and tennis. You can't actually. It's just crazy. Like even Serena, her serve isn't even comparable to like the 100th ranked male serve. So it's just not possible. That's why that's why you get into the arguments of transgenders who get to play sports. And
We're not going to the transgender. I'm just still talking about where can.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but that's why it is kind of unfair. That's why it's a weird argument when like, hey, listen, if there's a guy who identifies as a female and he's a transgender and then he plays in a female league, it just seems not like it's not fair. But then it's like, hey, it's not fair that he doesn't get to live his experience. But then, it's just like the argument is like, well, how many times is that happening? Once every 5, 6, 7, 8 years?
Yeah.
Fine, let him have his cake. Let him have his cake or her cake. But it is kind of annoying. Like if I had a daughter who was like the number 1 ranked, I don't know what the right answer is. I'm not educated enough. I would like to know more.
What other sports do you think a female could compete?
Bowling.
Bowling? Yeah, I'll give
Bowling
you
is a simple thing where it's like I've bowled before, but also like you can bowl a 300 or you can't. You know what I mean? Like that's not like it's not like you're competing with the individual. You're competing with the game on the floor, right? You're competing with the board and the pins. Really, you're not really. You are playing against someone, but like it doesn't matter who you're playing against. So for sure, bowling is number 1. That could be crossed. Because there isn't like some guys throw harder than the others, but it's just curving. You know what I mean?
Just getting
like,
it right.
I've seen a 16-year-old curve a ball as good as a 40-year-old. So definitely I would have to put number 1 if we were on Steve Harvey's Family Feud. Number 1 would be bowling for me. I would say that would be a good one. Bowling. What's another sport where something else is really in charge of whether you win or not is,
I would argue you could probably have a female goaltender for soccer.
No.
Not at all?
No.
How come?
It's just that's a very hard position, and they're tall, they're big, and they're very athletic, and they
You'd have to
jump
have
and
like a
dive.
special female. So you say golf is
Golf is
naked?
out the window. Golf is way more out the window, and so tennis and golf are the most out the window. because it's an individual sport. You have more of a chance. And then basketball, golf, and tennis out the window. Baseball, if there was like a woman who had a freak pitching thing, and could maybe, but like I don't see a woman who could throw over 80. So it's like, what? So, a field goal kicker, but, she's got to be able to kick a 50-yard field goal. True. Is it possible? Yes. So there is a thing. I think there was a girl in college who did that already, by the way. There is a female who kicked a field goal in a college game.
Yeah.
So that has been done.
It was either Purdue or Vanderbilt or something like that.
Someone with black and gold. Yeah, sure. Both have black and gold.
Yeah. That's all
I know my colors. What?
I'm just looking at going down the list of sports, so for example, like basketball, no. Soccer, I would argue with you on the
a jockey. How about that?
Jockey, sure.
A jockey, because if anything, a woman is in an advantage if they weigh less. I mean, jockeys are all 5'4", 5. They're very small people. They're as light as possible, and really the skill set there is it's the horse and how you. So jockey would be up there too. So bowling, jockey, horse racing, anything with boat racing, like stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Fishing wouldn't matter. Stuff where like other things need to be. Fishing for sure. Shooting, skydiving, if we're getting competitive. Chess, board games, anything mental, anything with mental. Women, you're equal in some aspects. Physical, I'm sorry. There was a reason it was made like this, because you're nurturing. You give me a hug. You say, I love you. I say, okay, leave me alone. I'm going to bed. The bar of what you have to do to have a female say, you're my husband, versus what a female would have to do for a male to be like, you're my wife, is completely messed up. We could make dinner for our girls, open up some wine, maybe have a nice card and say, I love you. And then she'll be like, you're my husband. That's it. For me, you got to hit all these things in my head pre-dating, before just a date. Don't you think guys are way more picky?
I heard an argument today that there's a
You guys got in a fight?
No. I said there was an argument I was listening to on the radio. It was called pretty privilege. Have you heard about this?
No, I don't want
to. Okay.
No. I mean, like, I wouldn't.
So a bunch of TikTok girls
Yep.
are talking about their pretty privilege. So they're saying that they were arguing that it's way easier for a guy. So like, it's easier for a guy to get privilege. This is their argument. I don't believe it at all.
Yeah.
That a guy just has to be tall and shower to get whatever he wants.
That's insane.
Their belief is that men can get away with more looking less attractive as long as they're tall and at least are groomed.
Yeah, I mean, listen, life is easier for taller people. I will say that. I will say taller people have an easier life. Attractive people have an easier life. Yes. Agree? Mark? Attractive people, tall people. Listen, man, if you're not attractive or if you're bigger, it's harder. It's harder to move around. It's harder to have self-control. Obviously. Life is, and that's just how it is. I mean, listen, man, I think everybody just needs to realize life isn't fair. Stop complaining. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, as Jim Carrey said in Bruce Almighty. That is the way the cookie crumbles. Is it cool that I knew that specifically? Or that you think everybody knows that? You think that's common knowledge? Or you don't think he came up with that? That's just where I learned it from.
No, you just pulled that out of nowhere.
Oh, it's just the fact that it's random that I said
yes.
that? Oh, well, that's how it is. Listen, guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Subscribe, like, comment. Check out the vlogs too. Just whatever. If you're listening, it seems like those are, I don't know how people are finding it if you're listening, because I know most people watch, but leave a 5-star review. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week. If you have any questions for us, let us know. I mean, basically, we're just trying to figure out each other. This is therapy for us. So it's Life with Lenoci. We'll see you later.